Discuss a little more on quantum signatures and crystals. A crystal in an environment most still, where there's no noise, in other words, where there's clarity, where a saturated solution, such as, say, wouldn't it be beautiful to watch quartz actually forming? Alright, let's just say for our argument, I like salt water. I love sugar in water because sugar's sweet. I'm a sucker for candy. But given I'm sweet enough, let's just talk about simplicity and talk about salt and water. Sodium chloride, an ionic bond of sodium and chlorine so held together, it makes a beautiful molecule of a perfect cube. It's beautiful for the description and the discussion thus told. When the signature, aka the molecular structure of sodium chloride resting in a still solution, even saturated, evaporates, little molecules of sodium chloride will form into perfect cubes, little tiny seed crystals, just barely naked, just barely visible to naked eye is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Bear with me, youth. The one in the video is youth. I let that of my future self through a computer most post of a time when we have this done. So I need to bring to our world in 2021, or as soon as possible, that which I speak on. Because I want to live forever. I do never want to die. I never want to die. One of those seed crystals in an environment of perfectly saturated water, sodium chloride in the water, salt and water, when dropped in there, will cause the solution to continue to form monoclinically a cube. And it will form like a big salt crystal, perfect cube or cuboid, depending on the shape of the container, depending on limiting factors such as how much salt is in the water, what the container shape is. The container shape could be a star, could be a bowl round, could be a square, could be anything. But the shape of the signature of salt will continue to perfectly impress upon you a cube or cuboid shape given the nature of its simple signature quantum. So it's become my intention to see the human spirit, that which we deem soul, which I believe is incorrect. I believe there's only one soul in the universe, and it is also called I am that I am. The big I am that is all things living. I believe in a future time we have a computer so powerful, it is the very one that says I am. And it's a singularity. And it is safe because we are in there too. Saved on a crystal blessing that we call a hard disk, or whatever they call it in the future. I've even been kind enough to call it crystalline divine. I don't mind being saved on a drive. I want it to be the source, aka the human body exists, and that the computer, using vast amounts of data, vast amounts of information, and having infinite bit capacity, only limited by this program has this much bit, so we'll run this program, and it will do demonstration upon the signature of the person affected. So how do we find the human quantum signature, aka our crystal lattice, our matrix, our wave, our mechanics, our sign? What do we do? Do I sit and stare at a bowl of water like Dr. Emoto had done and make a crystal signature on the water when it freezes? That is as close as I've come. Do we take an MRI and lay in there while there's a video being projected so that I can actually see my brain doing its cute little things and waves? Carl Sagan loved his wife so much, and I honor this man. Dr. Sagan, you are a blessing all the way through. Most vociferously, you are saved. Rest in peace for now. May it be that I know not what you went through personally. And may those problems that we had in the past, like cancer, be transcended by the blessing that we can call our quantum signature, placed upon our own living self before we even knew how to do it, so that our blessing, our genomes remain perfect. I do not know how to build this yet. I don't even know the quantum mathematics, and this is a most necessary component to a science that is just, sadly, just being like an egg that's cracked, like it was going to hatch 100 years ago, god dang it. We had Niels Bohr, we had Einstein, we had Feynman, we had Pauli, we had Born, we had everybody. We had everybody. We had a full thing. Now, I'm saying this. We have got to pick up where they left off. And I'm telling you guys, time crystals are about as blocky and pixeled and limiting as in television was playing Donkey Kong or ping pong back in 1970, anything. Yes, you can crack Uruguay's nuclear codes or whatever. Who the fuck cares? Nobody's at war. The only thing that I can tell you right now is we have world peace right now in 2021. And the only thing that we got to battle is a virus called COVID-19. And that's not even a life form. That's a program. It's interfering with a human program. By the grace of God, I've never caught this virus. Even to this date. For the thing you didn't know, youngin'. I never caught it. So she talks. But it's me in the future through speaking. I'm 68 years old. The year is 2048, and I'm talking to you through my youth in 2021 via a computer most advanced. Quantum science doesn't use just that which is what we would call finite and subatomic. We exploit crystals, because crystals are transcendental truths. You can watch and see in a crystal design that of a monoclinic, specifically monoclinic. Let me demonstrate. Even at the risk of losing my own accolades, I send this to you earlier than the date that I had reached fruition points. This is copper sulfate heptahydrate. Pentahydrate, even. Sorry, I was thinking of Epsom salt. There are 5 waters to every CuSO4. The molecule, when it is in solution, they all appear about this. Now you can see where there's a little bit where the string was tied through. It grew into a gigantic monoclinic crystal like this over the course of weeks. And I can promise you that you can access the quantum nature of things most subatomic via crystals in this size, as long as they're monoclinic, as long as you can see the still water, aka the stillness of the solution prior to. Now we have access to so my youth is sitting here saying, wait, solution? Even better, guys. We have an organic compound that you guys found sometime in the early 1900s via a man in Japan named Mr. Dr. Nagai. I have been kindly calling it MAMP to make it sound cute. It is also known as methyl alpha methyl phenylethylamine. It is not good for the human body to ingest by any means. I have taken it in many forms years ago. It is not my purpose this day. We have found via very other things, which I guess I have to find somehow in my youth, a way to harness that of the subatomic quanta, that of where the electron is in the atom, etc. There's so much more, David. Via a chemical that can exist in crystalline form in solid, liquid, or gas, or plasma format. If you can get a crystal to behave in gaseous form in a transcendental pattern, in gaseous form, you have the chance to make a pure, programmable solid. But you want to be able to do it in plasma form. So we have to lace it with what? A metal. So then I suggest you actually take a look at heterogeneous crystalline structures. Anisotropics are those great things that we can also see for the sake that they are molecular magnets. I have spoken on this with even NCSU's doctors there, and I haven't gotten a call back due to probably COVID-19 and the fact that maybe, I don't know, it's just too unbelievable. Or maybe I'm wrong in the past. I don't know, right? Not wrong. Anisotropics is a very good way to start, guys. A very good way to start. When you piggyback anisotropics with organics that behave as crystals in gaseous form and plasma form, even water does this, guys, then you can do some of the most amazing things. You want to take the water and lace it with that which you had called, for the sake of the very fact that we have gaseous crystals, clouds, nebulousness, set format. I just want to live forever. Is it so much to ask? I am everyone, even me, and I'm saying that. Please help me live. Thank you, future, for reaching through this past. It's been a blessing, and you have cured me of disease. Cheers.